Hello viewers, welcome to online course on Mathematics 3, and this course is basically for undergraduate student or BTech student of engineering field. Today we are going to discuss about the Euler's formula for Fourier series and some expansion and conditions of Fourier series. Myself Sanjay Vishwas, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Department of Applied Science and Humanities of Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. Here is my details of contact information. If you have facing any kind of problem regarding my class, you can call me or send message to my mail ID sanjay.vishwas@gnit.ac.in. Before we start today's class, let's quickly recall in the last class. So in the last class I have already discussed about the introduction of Fourier series. So you know the Fourier series function is actually the series of sin x and cos x, okay, and this function is defined in any interval, and the most important thing is that the function is a periodic function. And after that we have discussed about the periodic function and its properties. So in that case there are some theorems on periodic function, and after that we have talked about the even and odd function and their properties. And you know, in that case the sine function is an odd function and cos function is an even function. As well, x to the power 3, x to the power 5, x to the power 7 are all odd function. That means f of x minus of x is equal to minus of fx, then this function is called a odd function, and f of minus x is equal to f of x, then we'll say the function is an even function. So therefore cos x, x to the power 2, x to the power 4, and when the power of x is even, then the function is even function, okay, and I have already discussed in previous class. And after that we have discussed about the some special waveform of Fourier series. So in that case we have discussed about the square wave, half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, okay, triangular wave, and sawtooth wave, etc. There are so many waveform on Fourier series, and among these the square wave, half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, sawtooth wave, triangular wave. So this kind of wave are in your syllabus. Now let us move on the next slide. So this is my lecture, today's lecture, Euler's formula for Fourier series and Fourier expansion and its condition. So this is my 14th lecture on online course on Mathematics 3, or the second lecture on Fourier series. So in this lecture we will continue to discuss about the Euler's formula for Fourier series. After that we'll discuss about the Fourier series for function of period 2t, and then we'll talk about the Fourier series for function of period 2l. So the second and third form of Fourier series, so these two forms are the same, but here the period are different, okay. In the second form there is a period is 2t, and in the third form the function is defined with period 2l. After that we will continue to discuss about the Dirichlet's condition. So Dirichlet's condition is the very important part on Euler's formula as well the Fourier series, and most of the cases the Fourier series expansion is not equals to the function f of x. This is actually the approximate equals to the function, and Dirichlet's condition is the very important part for finding the Fourier series expansion, and it is approximate equals to the functional value. And after that we are continuing to discuss about the sum of Fourier series, okay, and some related examples we'll discuss in this section or in this lecture. The first First we will begin with the Fourier series as Euler's formula. Let f of z be defined and integrable in the interval minus t to plus t. So in that case the function is defined in the open interval minus t to plus t. So in this case if we apply the properties of periodic function, so what is the period of this function? So if the function is defined in the interval minus t to plus t, so after applying the third properties of a periodic function, we will get the period of a function and it will be 2t. Okay. So now expanding the function to a periodic function of period 2t. So you know this is the periodic function and its period is 2t by applying the third properties of Euler's formula. Then by definition, and you know this is the formula for periodic function, f of x plus 2t is equal to f of x. So that means the 2t is the period of this function for all values of x, okay, of period 2t. Then the Fourier series of f of x, and it is given by f of x is equals to a0 by 2 plus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity n into cos n pi x by t plus bn into sin n pi x by t. Okay, so where an and bn are called Fourier coefficient, and these are according to the Euler's formula a0 is equal to 1 by t into integration over minus t to plus t fx dx, n is equal to 1 by t into integration over minus t to plus t fx into cos n pi x by t dx, and bn is equal to 1 by t into integration over minus t to plus t fx into sin n pi x by t dx, and where n is a positive integer and n equals to 1, 2, 3 and up to infinity. Now we'll talk about some important note on Fourier series as Euler's formula. So there are two notes for Fourier series I have taken. The first note is there has no guarantee that every function fx is equals to its Fourier series. That means the Fourier series function as Euler's formula fx is equal to a0 by 2 plus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity an into cos n pi x by t plus bn into sin n pi x by t. So the right side of this formula is a series function. So in that case the series function is approximate equals to the function f of x, not equals to f of x in general. So that means there has no guarantee that every function f of x is equals its Fourier series. That means in the subsequent articles, so in that articles we shall discuss the condition under which this equality would hold good. That means this function fx is approximate equals to the Fourier series but not equals to the Fourier series. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the condition under which the equality would hold good. Second note is that since t can assume any value, so that Fourier series can be regarded as general Fourier series. After that we are going to take some examples on Fourier series as Euler's formula. So here is the example. So consider the function fx is equal to 3 in the interval 0 to 5. Okay, and fx is equal to minus 3 in the interval minus 5 to 0. So you know this function is defined in the interval minus 5 to plus 5, and this function is not continuous at the point x is equal to 0. So function is discontinuous function. Okay. So first, and the function is a periodic function as well. So function is defined in the interval minus 5 to plus 5. If the function is not a periodic, then we cannot be defined and we cannot be express this function as a Fourier series expansion. Okay, and first thing is that this function will be a periodic function. So we expand the function by defining f of x plus 10. So in that case, if we apply the third properties of a periodic function is defined in the interval minus 5 to plus 5. So the lower bound is minus 5 and the upper bound is plus 5. So in that case, the period is actually upper bound minus the lower bound. So this is equals to 10. So we expand the function by defining f of x plus 10, and this is equal to f of x for all values of x. So this becomes a periodic function. Okay, so this function is a periodic function of period 10. Now we can apply the Fourier series expansion in this problem. So, and this gives a square waveform. You know, this graph is like a square waveform. So the Fourier coefficient according to the Euler's formula, and you know the Fourier series as Euler's formula, fx is equal to a0 by 2 plus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity n into cos n pi x by t, where t is the period, okay, plus bn into sin of n pi x by t. So in that case, t is equal to 5. So therefore a0 is equal to so a0, an and bn are the coefficient of Fourier series, okay, as well as formula. So here a0 is equal to 1 by 5, where t is equal to 5. Okay, so 1 by 5 integration over minus 5 to plus 5 fx dx, and the function is defined in the interval 0 to 5, then the functional value is 3, and fx is equal to minus 5 in the interval minus 5 to 0. So now we divided this interval minus 5 to plus 5 into two parts. So the first part is minus 5 to 0 fx dx, and the second part is 0 to 5 fx dx, and it will be 0. Why it is 0? So you know the functional value is equal to, in the interval minus 5 to 0 is minus 3, and interval 0 to 5, and it will be 3. Okay, so fx is equal to 3. After simplifying, it will give the integral value, and it will give the value is equal to 0. So the first coefficient of Fourier series, that means a0, and this is equals to 0. Now we are going to find the Fourier coefficient a. Okay, so here n is equal to, you know, 1 by 5 into integration over minus 5 to plus 5 fx into cos n pi x by 5 into dx. Okay, so this is the value of the coefficient n. Okay, so you know fx is the function and divided into two parts. So now this integration divided into two parts is minus 5 to 0 fx into cos n pi x by 5. So here t is equal to 5, you know, plus integration over 0 to 5 fx into sin n pi x by 5 into dx, and you know the functional value fx is equal to minus 3 in the interval minus 5 to 0. So hence from this we will get 1 by 5 into minus 3 into integration over minus 5 to 0 cos of n pi x by 5 dx, and fx is equal to 3 in the interval 0 to 5. So in the second part it will be 3 into integration over 0 to 5 cos of n pi x by 5 into dx. Okay, and from this we will get the value of bn, and it will be 1 by 5 into minus of 3 into integration over 0 to 5 cos of n pi x by 5. So you know minus 5 to 0 cos of n pi x is equals to the 0 to 5 cos of n pi x dx. Why it is same? Why it is 0 to 5? So because the cos function is an even function, so that's why it is 0 to 5. Okay, so that's why the value of minus 5 to 0 cos n pi x by 5 dx is equals to 0 to 5 cos n pi x dx. Okay, plus 3 into 0 to 5 cos n pi x by 5 into dx, and after cancelling these two terms we will get the value, and it will be 0. After that we are going to find the coefficient Bn, and from the Euler's formula, Bn is equal to 1 by 5 into integration over minus 5 to plus 5 fx into sine n pi x by 5 into dx. Okay, so this fx into sine n pi x by 5 is an even function, and there is a properties of even function. So if the function is even, then integration minus 5 to plus 5 fx dx is equal to 2 into integration over 0 to 5 fx dx. Okay, so in that case the function fx into sine n pi x by 5 is an even function. Now applying the properties of even function, and from this we will get 2 by 5 into integration over 0 to 5 fx into sine n pi x by 5 into dx, where fx into sine n pi x by 5 is an even function. So now fx in the interval 0 to 5, the functional value fx is equal to 3. So if we put a fx is equal to 3, then from this integration we will get the value is minus 6 by 5. Okay, into, and the integration of sine x is equal to minus cos x. So cos of n pi x by 5 by n pi by 5, where n pi by 5 is a constant term. After integrating we will get this value. So minus 6 by 5 into cos of n pi x by 5 by n pi by 5, where the upper limit is 5 and the lower limit is 0. Now we put x is equal to 5, and after that we will put x is equal to 0. So if we put x is equal to 5 in the cos function, and from this we will get cos n pi. So that is 5 cancel from numerator and denominator, and I will get cos n pi. So value of cos n pi is equal to minus 1 to the power n. If we put x is equal to 0 in this section, we will get the value 1. So 1 by n pi by 5. After putting the value of x is equal to 5 as well x is equal to 0, that means the upper bound and the lower bound, and from this we will get the value minus 6 by 5 into n pi into cos n pi minus 1. So this is equals to 6 into 1 minus cos n pi by n pi. Okay, this is the value of the coefficient Bn. So therefore the Fourier series of fx is equals to, so what is the general form of Fourier series? A0 by 2 plus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity n into cos n pi x by 5 plus bn into sin n pi x by 5, where the coefficient a0 is equal to 0 I have already found. Okay, n is equal to 0. Okay, this is the value of n is equal to 0. As well, the bn is equal to 6 into 1 minus cos n pi by n pi. Now putting the value of a0, an and bn, and from this we will obtain the Fourier series of the function fx, and it will be 0 by 2 plus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity into 0 into cos n pi x by 5, where the value of n is equal to 0, plus 6 into 1 minus cos n pi by n pi into sin n pi x by 5, where bn is equal to this. And after simplifying we will get the value of the function f of x, and here fx is not equal to this series. Okay, this is approximate equals to this. So the Fourier series expansion for the function fx is equal to, is approximate equals to summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity 6 by pi into 1 minus cos n pi by n into sin n pi x by 5. So that is 6 by 5. So 6 by 5 is a constant term. So 6 by 5 into 1 minus cos pi. If we put n is equal to 1 in that section, we will get this. Okay. Sin of n pi by 5 plus 1 minus cos 2 pi into sin 2 pi x by 5, and so on. Now we see f of 0 is equal to minus 3. Okay, in the given problem. But the value of the Fourier series at x is equal to 0 is equal to 6 by pi is equal into 0. If we put 0 in this series, we will get the value. So the first value is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0, second is also 0, third one is 0. Okay, so up to all terms of the series are 0. So therefore f of 0 is equal to 0. But f of 0 is equal to minus 3, and this is given. Okay, f of 0 is equal to minus 3 is given, but from this series we will get the value at x is equal to 0, and it will be 0. After that we are going to talk about the Fourier series of a function of period 2 pi. Okay, so the above Fourier series, when we put t is equal to pi, that is the Fourier series for the function f of x defined and integrable on the interval minus pi to plus pi, and in that case the periodic function is actually 2 pi. Okay, and satisfy this equation, f of x plus 2 pi is equal to f of x for all values of x. Then the Fourier series as Euler's formula is given by a0 by 2 plus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity n into cos n pi x by pi, and after cancelling the term pi it will give cos n x plus bn into sin nx, and similar thing happen in sine function as well, where the Fourier coefficient are a0 is equal to, so in that case the t is equal to pi. Okay, so and the period is 2 pi, so a0 is equal to 1 by pi into integration over minus pi to plus pi fx dx. N is the coefficient, and n is equal to 1 by pi into integration over minus pi to plus pi fx into cos nx dx, and bn is equal to 1 by pi integration over minus pi to plus pi fx into sin nx dx, and where n is equal to 1 to 3 and up to infinity, that is n is a positive integer. So this is the Fourier series of Euler's form, and in that case the function is defined and integrable on the interval minus pi to plus pi, and this function is also a periodic function, and in that case the period is 2 pi, and this is the Fourier series for the function f of x, where a0, an and bn are the coefficient, and a0, an and bn as follows. Now we are going to take example on this series function, and the function is defined in the interval minus pi to plus pi, and this is also a periodic function. So here is the example on the function fx, and which is defined in the interval minus pi to plus pi. So let us consider the function fx is equal to x squared. Okay, this is a function, and this function is defined in the interval minus pi to plus pi. So this function is defined in the interval minus pi to plus pi in the closed interval, and this function is also integrable in that interval. Okay, now we extend this by defining, so this is the definition of the periodic function. So here the period is 2 pi, so therefore f of x plus 2 pi is equal to f of x for all values of x, and from this we'll say this function is a periodic function of period 2 pi. So therefore the Euler's formula Fourier series, and it will gives a0 by 2 plus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity n into cos nx plus bn into sin nx, where the function is defined in the interval minus pi to plus pi, and the coefficient of this Fourier series are a0, an and bn. So from this problem we are going to find the coefficient a0, an and bn. So first of all we considered the coefficient a0, and a0 is equal to 1 by pi into integration over minus pi to plus pi fx dx, and in this problem fx is given and fx is equal to x squared. So after putting the value Now a0 will reduce to 1 by pi into integration over minus pi to plus pi x square into dx, where the fx is equal to x square. And the x square is an even function, so from this integration or from the properties of even function we will get 2 by pi into integration over 0 to pi. This is actually 0, so 0 to pi x square into d. Integration of x square is, will give x cube by 3. After putting the value of upper limit as well as lower limit, we will get the value of a0, and it will be 2 pi square by 3. Okay, so this is the value of the coefficient a0. After that, we are going to find the value of an. Okay, so an is the coefficient of the Fourier series. So an is equal to 1 by pi minus pi to plus pi fx into cos nx dx, and I have already mentioned in the previous slide. Okay, so here the function fx is equal to x square. So after putting the value of fx in that integration, and it will give 1 by pi into integration over minus pi to plus pi x square into cos nx into dx. And x square is the even function as well as cos nx is an even function, and there is a properties of even function, so multiple of two even function is always a even function. Okay, so therefore from the properties of even function, and this integration will give 2 by pi into integration over 0 to pi x square into cos nx dx. We can apply the integration by parts. So here the x square is the first function and cos nx is the second function, and after applying the by parts method we will get 2 by pi. So where x square is first function, then the integration of cos x is the sin x by sin nx by n, where the upper limit is pi and lower limit 0, minus integration over 0 to pi and derivative of x square, and it will give 2x into integration over cos nx, and integration over cos nx is sin nx by n, where n is a constant term, okay, into dx. And if we put x is equal to pi, and from this we will get the value, and it will give 0, as well as when we put x is equal to 0, and this function will be 0. And after integrating, it will give minus 4 by n pi into minus x into cos n pi x n pi by n, where lower limit is 0 and upper limit is pi, plus integration 0 to pi into cos n x by n into dx. So again we put x is equal to pi and x is equal to 0, and from this we will get minus 4 by n pi into minus pi cos n pi by n, and when we put 0, then it will give the value of 0, plus 1 by n into integration over 0 to pi into cos n by nx. Okay, and integration over cos nx is equal to sin nx by n. Okay, and if we put x is equal to pi, then this value will give, and this function will give 0, as well as when we put x is equal to 0, and this function will give 0 as well. Okay, then now simplifying this, and from this we will get 4 into cos n pi by n squared, and this is the value of an, and n is the coefficient of the Euler's formula, where n is equal to 1 to 3 and up to infinity. And after that we are going to find the value of bn. So the bn is equal to 1 by pi integration minus pi to plus pi x square into sin nx dx. And x square is an even function and sin nx is an odd function. So multiple of even and odd function is an odd function. Now applying the properties of odd function, and this function will give 0. Okay, so the Fourier series of the function, and what is the Fourier series, is actually a0 by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity n into cos nx plus bn into sin nx, and I have already mentioned in the previous slide. So where a0 is equal to, I have already found the value of a0. So a0 is equal to 2 pi square by 3, and n is equal to n is equal to 4 cos n pi by n squared. Okay, and bn is equal to 0. So now putting the value of a0, an and bn, and then from the Fourier series of the function fx, and it will give 1 by 2 into 2 pi square by 3 plus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity 4 cos n pi by n square, and this is the value of n into cos nx plus 0 into sin nx. So 0 is the value of the coefficient p of n. Okay, and after simplifying this series, and from this we will get the series function of fx, and it will be pi squared by plus 4 into summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity cos n pi into cos nx by n square. Let us move on the next slide. So in this slide we are going to discuss about the Fourier series expansion and its condition. So in this regard we are going to talk about the Dirichlet's conditions. So Dirichlet's condition is the very important part on Fourier series as well the Euler's formula. And you know the function f of x is not equals to the Fourier series expansion. But applying the Dirichlet's condition, and from this we will get the Fourier series expansion, and it is equals to the given function. So we have earlier remarked that the Fourier series of a function may not be equals to the function. We also gave some examples in this regard. So however, when the Fourier series of a function f of x becomes equals to f of x, we say the series has a Fourier series expansion of the function f of x. So next we are going to state the conditions under which the function will have Fourier series expansion. So this is actually the Dirichlet's condition. So in this section, so the Dirichlet's condition is mainly define the function f of x is equals to the Fourier series is not approximate equals to the Fourier series expansion. So what is the Dirichlet's condition? So here is the statement of Dirichlet's condition. So function fx defined on the interval minus t to plus t, so that is the function is periodic function, and satisfy the Dirichlet's condition if it satisfy any one of the following two conditions. So there are two conditions of Dirichlet's condition. So any one of this condition will satisfy the function fx, then we will say the function is equals to the Fourier series. Okay, so what is the first condition? So the first condition is fx is bounded in the interval minus t to plus t. Okay, and the interval minus t to plus t can be decomposed into a finite number of subintervals such that fx is monotonic. So I mean to say fx is either monotonic increasing or monotonic decreasing in any subinterval. So if we divided the interval minus t to plus t into a finite number of subinterval, and each of these subinterval the function is either monotonic increasing or monotonic decreasing. Okay, this is the first condition. And the second condition, it will be fx have finite number of points of infinite discontinuity in minus t to plus t. So in any interval the function is either continuous or discontinuous. So in that case the function is not continuous. So there are finite number of points of discontinuity in that interval. Okay. Now we take a small neighborhood of each of this point where the function is not continuous, and excluded this point from this interval, then fx become bounded in a remaining part, and this remaining part can be decomposed into a finite number of subinterval such that fx is monotonic increasing as well as monotonic decreasing in each of the subinterval. So where the function is discontinuous, so there are finite number of discontinuous, and if we take a neighborhood of each of these discontinuous and excluded this or neglecting this discontinuity, then we can find the finite number of subinterval. Okay, and each of the subinterval, the functional value is either increasing or decreasing. And moreover, the improper integral minus pi to plus pi fx dx is absolutely convergent. Now we consider the function fx is equal to x minus 3 in the interval minus 3 to 0 and 3 minus x in the interval 0 to 3. Now we are going to apply the Dirichlet's condition in this problem. So let us draw the graph of the function fx. So in that interval, so x minus 3 is a straight line. So in the interval minus 3 to 0, the straight line it will be when we put x is equal to 0, it is minus 3, and if we put x is equal to minus 3, then it will be minus 6. So this is the straight line. Okay, look at the figure. So here this is the straight line, and this straight line is x minus 3, y is equal to, and in the interval minus 3 to 0. And the second straight line, it will be x minus 3, and this straight line is actually this one, where if we put x is equal to 0, then from this we'll get the value x is equal to 3, then we'll get the value y is equal to 3, as well as when we put x is equal to 3, then it will give 0. Okay, so this is the graph, and this graph is not a continuous graph. So the function is not a continuous in that interval. But from the graph we see that minus 6 is lesser equal to fx is lesser equal to 3, that is fx is bounded in the interval minus 3 to plus 3. Okay, so the function is defined in the interval minus 3 to plus 3. So in that interval the function is bounded, and the interval decomposed as minus 3 to plus 3, and this is equals to minus 3 to 0 union 0 to 3. So such that the function fx is increasing in the interval minus 3 to 0, and the function is decreasing in the interval 0 to 3. So we conclude this function fx is satisfied the Dirichlet's condition, and this is the first condition of Dirichlet's condition. So where the function is not continuous, but in each of the subinterval this function is either increasing or decreasing. And I will take the second example on Dirichlet's function. So here is the example: fx is equal to 1 by root over of 1 minus x in the interval minus 1 to plus 1. So its graph is shown below. So this is the graph of the function fx is equal to 1 by root over of 1 minus x. But at the point x is equal to 1, this function is undefined. So through this function is not bounded in the interval minus 1 to plus 1. It has one point of infinite discontinuity at x is equal to 1. Okay. So if a neighborhood of x is equal to 1 is excluded, the function becomes a bounded, and fx is monotonic increasing in the remaining part. So in minus 1 to 0 minus epsilon, this function is increasing, as well as 0 plus epsilon to 1, this function is also increasing. So where is epsilon is a very small quantity, however small. So moreover, the improper integral minus 1 to plus 1 dx by root over of 1 minus x is absolutely convergent. Therefore, this function satisfies the Dirichlet's condition. Now we are going to move on some theorem and examples on Dirichlet's conditions. So here is the theorem: if a function fx is defined on minus t to plus t and satisfy the Dirichlet's condition, then its Fourier series is convergent, and the Fourier series is, this is the Fourier series, a0 by 2 plus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity n into cos n pi x by t plus bn into sin n pi x by t, and this is equals to fx. And in the previous example I have already discussed, where the function fx is approximate equals to fx, but we can apply the Dirichlet's condition. Then we'll say this series function is equals to functional value fx. So if x is a point of continuity of the function fx, and it is also equals to 1 by 2 into limit t tends to x plus f of t plus limit t tends to x minus f of t if x is a point of ordinary discontinuity. So in that interval where the function is discontinuous, and after that we are going to take one more theorem on Dirichlet's condition. This one is actually, so the function f of x, and this is equals to 1 by 2 into limit t tends to capital T plus f of t plus limit t tends to t minus f of t, and this is equals to the functional value f of x at the point x is equal to plus minus t. So here is the example on the Dirichlet's condition. We consider the function fx is equal to x square in the interval minus pi to plus pi, and I have already discussed this problem. So we extended to its a periodic function, and by defining f of x plus 2 pi, and this is equals to f of x for all values of x. So from this we will get the Fourier series, and I have already mentioned this example in the previous slide. So and this is equals to pi square by 3 plus 4 into summation over n is equal to infinity cos n pi by cos n pi into cos nx by n square. And I have already got this Fourier series in the previous example. The graph of the function f of x in the interval is actually this. Okay, this is the graph y is equal to x square, and this graph is a parabolic graph. Okay, and this is defined in the interval minus pi to plus pi. And from the graph it is clear that the function f of x is bounded and monotonic in two sub-intervals, minus pi to 0 as well as 0 to pi. So f of x satisfy the Dirichlet's condition. F of x is continuous everywhere in the interval minus pi to plus pi. Then we can apply the Dirichlet's condition, and it is equals to 1 by 2 into limit t tends to minus pi plus f of t plus limit t tends to pi minus f of t, and this is equals to 1 by 2 into limit t tends to minus pi, and f of t is equal to t square. This function is given, and plus limit t tends to pi minus f of t, and in that case the f of t is equal to t square. Okay, and from this we will get the value, and it will give 1 by 2 into pi square plus pi square. Okay, so that is this is equals to pi square, and this one is the value of pi, f of pi. Okay, so the Fourier series expansion of the given function is f of x is equal to this. See, and in that case the functional value is equals to pi square by 3 plus 4 into summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity cos n pi plus into cos nx by n pi. After that we are going to take some more examples on Euler's formula. So here is the example. Draw the graph of the function and state the waveform. So here is the function fx is equal to pi plus 2x in the interval minus pi to 0, and pi plus 2x in the interval 0 to pi, and hence deduce that 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square and up to infinity, and it is equals to pi square by 8. First of all we are going to find the coefficient of the Fourier series expansion, and here is the graph of the given problem. So the graph of the function f of x after extending by f of x plus 2 pi is equal to f of x. So in that case the period of this function is 2 pi. Okay, and here is the graph of this function, and this graph is look like the triangular waveform. So from this graph we seen that f of x is an even function. Okay, so this function is an even function. So now we are going to find the coefficient of the Fourier series expansion, that means a0, an and bn. So here the function f of x is an even function. a0 is equal to integration over 1 by pi into integration over minus pi to plus pi f of x dx. And there is a properties of even function, you know. So this is equals to 2 by pi into integration over 0 to pi fx dx. Okay, this is not minus pi, this is equals to 0. So where fx is an even function, and I have already told you the function f of x is an even function. So, and from this we'll get 2 by pi integration over 0 to pi minus 2x dx. And from this, and you know, this is in that interval the functional value is pi minus 2x, and after integration we'll get the value of a0, and it will give the 2 by pi into pi square minus pi square. So this is equals to 0 after cancelling the pi square, and the value of a0, it will give 0. Now we are going to find the value of an, and you know, an is equal to, an is also the coefficient of the Fourier series expansion, and n is equal to 1 by pi integration minus pi to pi fx cos nx dx. So from this it will give 2 by pi into integration over 0 to pi fx into cos nx dx, where you know fx is an even function, cos nx is also the even function, and you know the multiple of two even function is always a even function. So from this we'll get 2 by pi into integration over 0 to pi, and now we put fx is equal to pi minus 2x. So in, you know, in that interval the functional value is equal to pi minus 2x into cos nx into dx. And now we separate this integration. So first integration is 0 to pi cos nx dx, and where pi is a constant term, and the second integration is integration over 0 to pi x into cos nx dx. Okay, so after integration we'll get the first integration, and it will give sin nx by n, where upper limit is pi and lower limit is 0. And the second integration it will give, and after using the bypass method, it will give x into sin nx by n, where upper limit is pi, lower limit 0, minus 0 to pi sin nx by n. Okay, if we put x is equal to pi in this function, we will get the value, and it will give 0, as well as if we put x is equal to 0 in this regard, we will get the value is 0, as well as this function will be 0 after putting the value of pi as well as 0. Okay, and the last one, after integration, it will give minus 4 by n pi into cos n pi cos nx by n, where the upper limit is pi and lower limit is 0. And from this it will give minus 4 by n pi square into cos n pi minus 1. Okay, and therefore an is equal to minus 4 by pi n square into minus 1 whole to the power n minus 1. And when we put n is equal to 2, then from this we'll get the value of n, and it will be 0. And when we put n is equal to 3, then it will give 8 by pi 3 square. And after that we are going to take n is any even number, then from this expression the value of n is equal to 0. And when n be any odd number, then from this we will get the value of n. Okay, and this is not equals to 0. Now for n greater than 0, bn is equal to 1 by into integration over minus pi to pi fx into sin nx dx. And you know, sin nx is a odd function and fx is an even function. So multiple of odd function and even function is an odd function. And now from the properties of odd function, you know, integration over minus pi to plus pi fx dx is equal to 0. Therefore bn is equal to 1 by pi integration minus pi to plus pi fx sin nx dx is equal to 0. So the coefficient of bn is equal to 0. Therefore the Fourier series of the function f of x is a0, you know, a0 by 2 plus summation over n is equal to 1 to infinity n into cos nx plus bn into sin nx, where a0 is equal to 0, n is equal to 4 by pi n square into 1 minus of minus 1 whole to the power n into cos nx plus bn into, and bn is equal to 0, you know, and this expression reduced to 4 by pi into 2 by 1 square into cos x. When we put n be any even number, then expression is equals to 0. So first of all we are going to put n is equal to 1, then we put n is equal to 3, then 5, okay, and from this the series function fx is approximately equals to 4 by pi into 2 by 1 square into cos x plus 2 by 3 square into cos 3x plus 1 by 5 square into cos 5x and up to infinity. So now 2 has common from this expression, then from this series we will get 8 by pi into 1 by 1 square into cos x plus 1 by 3 square into cos 3x plus 1 by 5 square into cos 5x and up to infinity. So from the graph we see that fx is bounded in the interval minus pi to plus pi, and it is monotonic in the two sub-interval minus pi to 0 as well as 0 to pi. So fx satisfies the Dirichlet's condition, and moreover we see from the graph fx is continuous everywhere. So the function fx is equals to the Fourier series expansion. So fx is equal to 8 by pi into 1 by 1 square into cos x plus 1 by 3 square into cos 3x plus 1 by 5 square into cos 5x and up to infinity. So now we put x is equal to 0 in the above equation, and from this we will get the f of 0 is equal to 8 by pi into 1 by 1 square, where you know cos of 0 is equal to 1, cos 3x is 0, 3 into 0 is equal to 1, cos 5 into 0 is 1. Okay, so the value of cos 0 is 1, you know. So f of 0 is equal to 8 by pi into 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square and up to infinity. And from this, or this equation is reduced to, and you know the value of f of 0 is equal to, if we put 0 in the given problem, we will get the value of fx, and fx is equal to pi. Okay, so therefore pi is equal to 8 by pi into 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square and up to infinity. And from this we will get the value of the given series 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 3 square 1 by 5 square, and this is equals to pi square by 8. Okay, thank you.